Well, if you're like me, when you go to a restaurant, most of the time you order that crab cake and you are so disappointed. There's usually a bunch of filler in it and you're not even sure if there's actually crab in it. Well, guess what? I've got the perfect recipe for you. This is easy. You can do this fast, on a dime even, and I'm telling you, it is absolutely delicious. So let's get started. It's gonna be amazing. First things first, we're gonna start with our crab. Now there's a lot of ways you can do this, but I'm a busy mom. I'm gonna do it the simplistic way, and that's with canned lump crab. Make sure you get the lump crab. I'm doubling up this recipe because I have some family members coming over. It works best for me when I wanna make a meal out of it. I'm using 4 cans of crab. That's gonna give me about 4 jumbo crab cakes. The simplest way to do it is just grab your can of crab, put it in a strainer and let all the juices come out of the crab because you don't want a soggy crab cake. So you get all those juices, you press it down, make sure it's all out, and then when you're done, you're gonna transfer that crab into a bowl, and then from there goes the magic. We're adding in all your veggies and all your seasonings, and then we're gonna make some crab cakes. It's that simple. My favorite type of pepper to use is a green pepper. I like this because it's a mild pepper, but it also adds a beautiful color to your crab cakes. I like dicing them, but you can absolutely chop them. Also, we gotta have those green onions. Green onions are a necessity in a crab cake. Next up is my binder. That's what's gonna hold your crab together. I'm gonna add 2 eggs. You wanna do the whole egg. Mix those up prior to putting it in your crab. Just, you don't wanna break up that crab meat. You wanna be really light with your crab when mixing it together. Then we're gonna add in the veggies. We're gonna add in our mayonnaise. We're gonna add in our country Dijon. I like the grainy type of mustard. In my opinion, I think it just goes perfect with that crab cake. And then we're gonna add in your spices. Now, for me, I love to use a Creole seasoning. Don't forget your pepper, a little bit of cayenne if you like a little kick to your crab cakes. You wanna add a little bit of lemon juice to zest it up. And remember what I told you, you don't want a bunch of filler in your crab cake. So for right now, I only wanna use a little bit of the panko crumbs, and then I'll show you how to use the rest later. Remember, the crab is the hero in this recipe. You do not want to break up that lump crab. You don't want to overmix. That's what happens when you go to a restaurant. Now today I'm making jumbo lump crab cakes. However, what's so great about these is you can actually break them up. So with the same amount of ingredients you have, you can make them smaller as an hors d'oeuvre, or you can make them larger for your main protein like I'm doing today. That's the fun about crab cakes. You make it your own. Do what you want with it, serve it the way you want to, and I promise you every time it's gonna be amazing. And don't forget, you're only gonna chill it for 30 minutes in your refrigerator. While the crab cakes are chilling, the most important part of this whole thing, let's just be honest, it's the sauce, y'all. This is the greatest sauce. It is so easy. There's only a few ingredients that go into it, and it is a really, really important part. Okay, so all you're gonna need is just some mayonnaise, a whole cup of mayonnaise. Next, you're gonna wanna do your Dijon mustard. You can do English mustard, you can do a country Dijon. Basically, that just means it's grainy. Personal favorite, this is what I like to use, but you can absolutely use any type of brown mustard you want to. Now I'm a busy mom, so I'm just throwing this out there. You do not have to do raw garlic, cloved garlic. You can absolutely buy yourself a minced jar. And then next is going to be creamed horseradish or prepared horseradish. This is really gonna give you a good zing. Okay, next you want your Worcestershire, however you wanna say it. You're definitely gonna need it in there. Lemon juice, give it another little zip to you. You're only gonna need about a teaspoon. Back to the Cajun seasoning that we used earlier, you're gonna use that same stuff. So any kind of Cajun seasoning you have will work. I'm only gonna use about a half a teaspoon. Now you could of course measure it, but y'all, I just eye it and it works out and it's fabulous. That's the great thing about a sauce. Make it your own. It doesn't have to be to the exact T. If you like a little bit of kick, I'm gonna add a little bit of cayenne in here. Can't forget about the smoked paprika. This is gem key. Last is going to be your parsley. This is gonna add just color, a little bit of texture to your sauce, and then we're gonna also add that just to make your plate look really pretty at the end, and that's really gonna give it a pop of color that it's gonna need. Mix it together real good. Remember, you don't have to be gentle like you had to be with the crab cakes. Go ahead and put that in the refrigerator when you're done with it. Get it nice and chilled for when your crab cakes are done. Now we're on to the corn salsa. We're gonna start with our vegetables. So whatever vegetables you have is great. However, my favorite vegetables to use in this corn salad is Roma tomatoes, avocado, cucumber, and green onion. Now I like Roma tomatoes because they're a little firmer and they're perfect size to get down to a really tiny bite. Because remember, you kind of want it all chopped the same as the size of the corn. Don't overthink your corn. It is so simple. All you're gonna do is you're gonna drain off the juices. And remember, have already cut your veggies, so you're just draining the juices right off of your canned corn. Now, a little secret, and my favorite type of canned corn to get is fire roasted corn. Fire roasted corn is, well, it says it right there on the can. It's already fire roasted for you. So all you're doing is you're simply heating it up because it already has that really pretty color to it. Put it on the Blackstone with a little bit of olive oil and we'll season it from there. While the corn's cruising, we've got the crab cakes all done, prepped, chilled out of the fridge. We've got to go ahead and get these babies on and let them cook nice and slow. We want to go slow with these because we don't want the panko crumbs to burn. You want to look for a nice browned layer right on your crab cake, and then you do not want to flip them but one time because it will fall apart on you. I like to use butter just around the edges of your crab cakes. I think it gives a really beautiful color, golden color consistency, and not to mention, I mean, it's butter. Everything tastes better with butter. Finishing the corn salad is so easy. With the prepped veggies that we've already chopped, you've got your avocado, your tomato, your cucumber, your green onion. You're gonna add that fire roasted corn to the bowl, add in those seasonings like your olive oil, your salt and pepper, and you cannot forget the garlic powder. And you also can't forget the lime juice. This is gonna add a little bit of zip to your corn salad. And if you really want a nice cold corn salad, you can go ahead and chill this. If you want, you can actually make this ahead of time. If I were you, you're having a party, just prep this 2 hours in advance and you are good to go. Plating could not be any easier. I'm just gonna chop up a little bit of parsley because that always adds that extra pop of color and really elevates your dish. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get a little small souffle bowl for our sauce. Now, this is extra side of sauce, but you're also gonna put the sauce on top of the crab cakes. Now, you want your corn salad on the bottom, the base of the crab, so that when you take that bite of crab, you're still getting that really yummy corn salad bite as well. Now, the hero, the king of it all, the crab cakes. You want to just go ahead and scoop up your crab cake. Look how beautiful the coloring is on that. You're gonna put it right on top of your corn salad. Anybody who I've ever served this to absolutely raves about it. I'm gonna add a little bit of that sauce that we made earlier just for prettiness, pretty texture, pretty color. But remember, you're gonna have some extra sauce here on the side. Then you're gonna add 2 little pinwheels because that really, really makes it look extra pretty. Then you're gonna do your parsley. And just like that, your dish is done. Now tell me this doesn't look like I've spent hours and hours in the kitchen when in reality, this whole thing probably took me about 30 minutes to make. Everything is all done. It looks absolutely fabulous. The best part about this is it was so quick. I'm gonna add a little bit of my sauce over here. I don't wanna mess up my pretty plate yet. Ah, gosh, this looks so good. And I can't forget about the corn salad either. Here we go. The texture, the flavor, the color. There's so many flavors that are going on right now. If you're looking to wow up your recipes, this one's it. Just remember, keep it simple, keep it quick, and keep it delicious. I'm Taylor Mock. I'll see you on the next episode.